So every Sunday night, that same battle starts again. Your child's stomach starts hurting, the tears are coming, and by Monday morning, you're standing at the door watching your kid fall apart. And you already know that school parking lot, it's going to get a lot worse. You've been told it's anxiety. You've been told that it's a phase. You've been told to just be firm and push them through it. But deep down, you know that something bigger is happening. Now, it's not your child being difficult. This is a nervous system that's in crisis. So school refusal affects an estimated of 2 to 5% of school-age children, and most of them aren't being defiant. They genuinely want to attend, but the nervous system responds to the school environment like it's a threat. And in our offices, we see this pattern every single week. A child comes in with morning stomach aches, Sunday night panic, and parents that have already tried therapy and occupational therapy and accommodations and sometimes even medications. And almost every time when we look at the history, the nervous system story was there from the beginning, long before pre-K and kindergarten even started. So school refusal, it's not defiance, it's a nervous system response. School refusal and truancy can kind of look the same on paper, but they're completely different. Truancy is a choice. School refusal is a child who genuinely cannot attend. Their survival brain takes over and the thinking brain goes offline. So punishment doesn't necessarily change the neurology. It actually adds more stress to an overloaded system. And this is why just push through advice almost always backfires. So you can think about your child's brain and nervous system like the gas pedal and brake pedal of a car, right? The gas pedal and the brake pedal. The sympathetic fight or flight is the gas, the protection mode, the go, go, go side, where the brake pedal, the parasympathetic side, is the calm, rest, regulate, recover, grow, focus, develop side. Now, in school refusing kids, the gas pedal's been stuck on, right? Oftentimes for years. The nervous system's been locked into that sympathetic dominance. Reading classrooms is danger. And then when you add social demand and academic and all of that, it's a recipe for disaster. However, the vagus nerve is actually the missing piece. So the vagus nerve is the longest cranial nerve within our body, but it runs through the parasympathetic system. It controls our digestion, our heart rate, our emotional regulation, and our social engagement. And when it's working, kids can read faces, they tolerate stress, and they feel safe socially. But when it's compromised, the nervous system can't distinguish between safe and what's a threat. So those morning stomach aches are vagus nerve distress signals from the gut to the brain. And so this is how we get here. It's the perfect storm that builds in our kids. Most school refusing kids have a history that started before they were born. Prenatal stress floods the developing baby with cortisol and stress hormones and shapes nervous system reactivity. Birth trauma like forceps and vacuums and C-sections or prolonged labor strains the body. It strains the upper neck and the brainstem where that stress response lives. And then early childhood layers pile on, like ear infections, and antibiotics, and sleep issues, and sensory overload. But by kindergarten, the child doesn't have a behavior problem. They have a nervous system that never had the chance to build the calm, the regulation, and the resilience. So this is how chiropractic works. In our office, we use what's called the insight scans to objectively measure nervous system function. So heart rate variability shows the balance between the gas pedal and the brake pedal. Surface EMG measures the muscle tension along the spine, where stress gets stored and how much of that stress and tension is overloading the brain. And then the thermal scan, it reveals areas of what's called dysautonomia, or the dysfunction within the nervous system and the stress. And then gentle adjustments with the chiropractic care part itself helps release that stored tension and restore vagus nerve function. And families typically see sleep improve first, and then digestion, and then emotional regulation. So if your child's been struggling with school refusal, please hear it, because your child's not broken. And this isn't your fault as their parent. They're stuck in the stress mode, and the nervous system can change. But first, someone actually has to look at it, measure it, and address what's driving that response at the absolute root. And this is exactly what we do at Haven Family Chiropractic right here in Katy, Texas. Our team would love to sit down with your family, run the full neurological evaluation, help map out a path forward. So check the link within our bio, send our office DM, or you can schedule directly online on our website, because your child deserves more than just another label. They deserve answers and they deserve help.